defense will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Navy midshipmen will go on offense first to start this game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
The mids are always going to have a threat to run it at quarterback, whether it's Ricky Dobbs or Kaiponoa Kaheaku and Hara.
And in those guys, what do they all have in common? When you play quarterback at Navy, you got to be able to make a lot of decisions on every single play. Make them fast and make the right ones.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down.
Let's go! Let's go!
Gets the back moving. Quarterback keeper. Oh, the ball's out! Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. Smashes through the tackle. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The midshipmen moved the sticks with that powerful running game. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Here comes the option. Quick toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'll send out the kicker here from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points in the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Blazers offense will take the field for the first time. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that...
Wide open spaces. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Off play action on first down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Caught in the backfield, it's Hodges. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. Navy comes to the line facing second and short. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Smith. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you've got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them, so I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
On the option, it's Horvat. He stopped just inside his own 40. They'll mark it at the 39. It'll be fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Touch pass on the run. Got room to work. He's loose. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Hands it off. Creates a little room. There he goes.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Blazers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. Hauled down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
Dropping back, it's Campbell. Sure hands, it's Milner.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. We've reached the break, and Navy holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First play of the period, first down here. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UAB.
And the offense punches it in again, and we called his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Navy will go back on the attack. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Quickly to the tight end. It's a running room. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Reading the option, it's Horvath. And he's hit and taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
It's a seam wide open. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun. Give on the inside. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The brigade celebrating another first down, and that's really the way Navy's always done it. You can even think back to the great Napoleon McCallum, who ran through defenses at will.
Simple, but so disciplined, right? Like running the option year after year, you got to have discipline. Not surprising, Navy is always good at it because so many young men with such discipline, they can run a system and really just continue to methodically move the ball down the field.
Looking to throw, it's Horvath. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And the offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up, way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Blazers decide to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He'll toss it. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. And this outing is one this junior signal caller would prefer to forget. There's been next to zero execution in the passing game. They haven't taken care of the football, and they'll try to get something going, and they'll have to mount a rally. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. To the air, it's Campbell. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Motion from the wideout. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Flips it out on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense, but the defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
Sends it back in motion. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Blazers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
He'll pull it on the read. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to throw, it's Horvat. Finds his back in the middle. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. On the option. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete to the right. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Got his man quickly. That should be the final play of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, and the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
They'll try the run. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. Saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Blazers line up to punt it away. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Motion from the back. On the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long.
Base 27 jump.
Toss to the outside. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6. Navy will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Blazers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to bully their way for the first. There he goes. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Fires to the big fella. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Back to throw, it's Campbell. He's got his man across the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
And the Blazers have this offense rolling. looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And the misconnection on third down.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Never a doubt. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. To the air, it's Horvath. He'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Hutchinson. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Boy, and last year was a massive success for the Mids under Coach Brian Newberry. They won 10 games. The thrilling comfort behind victory in the bowl against Oklahoma, and the future looks bright. Turning on the Jets. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Goes to the option. Runs through a tackle. He'll pitch it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The midshipman could get really aggressive here on 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Bryant. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Navy will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Give to the running back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll do it himself. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when... it, and he's out to the 43.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback on the keeper. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Sets up the screen. Oh, a lot of space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down.
Get set, pause.
On the ground, it's Ingram. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
A nice luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown Blazers! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, and how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there and get me one more.
Here he comes with the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And Navy will go back on the attack. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Looking to pass. It's Horvath. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pulls it in. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants a big play here late. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Touchdown, UAB! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Back to throw, it's Horvath. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. Navy now in trouble here on 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Quickly complete. He will not pick up the 1st down. The desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to. They had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here.
29 Philly.
The give to the back. And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over. Winning can become